Hello, welcome to yet another episode of The Digest. My name is Francesca. Now, the world over, since time immemorial, land ownership has been marred in controversies as human expansion heightens demand for socio-economic survival. Despite having an estimated over 18 million citizens, Zambia is faced with competing forces in which the two land tenure systems, customary and statutory, have seemingly perpetuated unequal land distribution. In the following documentary, we'll take a look at how human activity on state land has led to mass squatters due to the inability to meet financial costs, and also focuses on the gender bias in land ownership, in which women are disadvantaged, thereby favoring men, yet the modern trends advocate for equal wealth distribution. Let's take a look.
Its total land mass amounts to a staggering 752,614 square kilometers. The generally peaceful Southern African state is a place of 73 tribes spread across 10 provinces. With an estimated 18 million people, Zambia's vast land has since time immemorial largely been under customary land tenure that has a huge 94% against a 6% for statutory tenure. This has made traditional leaders have supremacy over vast geographical areas, while state land that is mostly along the line of rail, towns and cities is highly sought after. As population grows, demand for land has put enormous pressure on councils on the allocation of plots for families to settle, but illegality has fueled tension over land acquisition. This has led to illegal squatters in cities like Kitwe, where mining firms have attracted nearly 1 million Zambians into this somewhat small district. In August 2020, Mopani Copper Mines evicted over 600 families of Luyando community located southwest of Kitwe. The company displaced the families following a court order in its favor over these people that illegally occupied its mining area. This led to a humanitarian crisis for the district, as homeless citizens needed to be resettled and given decent shelter 3 months before the rain season began. Government, through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU, stepped in by providing tents to the families, while the local authority found land north of the city called Kafue Park, but getting there is a challenge on the deplorable road network. This undeveloped area became home of 500 of the 600 people, in which the 100 were relocated to a place called Mufuchani and Buchi communities. But in these conditions, many are unhappy.
Twalekala ku Luyando ko batobera mayanda nomba twalisa tananikani basa tobera mayanda nomba batuletere nomba kuno nomba waffe tulepte mu bwakwe bati pano n'enfula nga yaisa yakimwera amatenti firafine nga yaululuka firafine nga nyinfula yonse firetu kulafa mu bibiri yonse finga yaisa enfula olwo bwikalo tuleikalamu amatito twalebomba tatubomba nonda ko bati twikala fikuno kuine fye tulolera maliza out so tulelombe fatu buteko fye wenga tuwafwako fye fyashara fye kutukudira mayanda emkwa nonda kwata tubomba twalira abana babene fyupwa tukopana nomba info balodera nomba so katuisha fumu nga tuwafwako mwe uteko ni mwe obini emkwa uteko lobwa muletere mulekala shandushe bali sapo mukumimona pena teti mbepe uteko bulese lingi kusa mutumona firafine nefya parati fya kulya wura tuwafwa nefya shara fyonse fye wura tuwafwa na matenti bali tuwafwa twalekala fibuno bwino nomba imfula fye ebipileko fye yesa fye imfula yakimwera emkwa fya palama kapito kutse batwafwako mukwa apa kwambira pakuti filafini twakwate kumwa kuikira filafini twakwite pakubadira poemkwayo.
Each family was allocated a 12 by 27 plot, this size for an average of 5 to 7 people, but many have extended family ties that cannot occupy these small tents. Bridget Chilembo, a mother of 7 children, was separated from her husband, 5 sons and a daughter that are compelled to live in the city to keep her husband's job while the children go to school. Therefore, Mrs. Chilembo is by herself with her youngest child in a tent that cannot withstand harsh weather and is a risky structure to place a brazier inside. However, she has no choice since she has to cook and keep this place warm.
Ukutukulirako amayanda bwangu pakuti pala tulelolera fwe bene tukakule amayanda yakulu nishatirisi tule kalako bwino pantu infula ngayaisa amatenti aya yarabomba so apo ntampire ndekolo pafi so tulelombako obuteko batwafurisheko kuti batukulirako amayanda ero chimbi tulelombako obuteko kwe bati bangatupelako ka clinic bwangu mulando wakwe bati nga balwala abantu nangu abana nga balwala nangu bushi kuya kulya kunani kane kubuchi nangu paulangiriro tete tukwanisha okwenda so tulelombako obuteko kwe bati batupeleko clinic bwangu ero chimbi makamaka aba kwe bati balina amafumo nga ifumo nangu yabuka pabushiku pakati tete bakwanisha okuya so tulelombako obuteko kwe bati bangatwafurishako kona tuleto otera paifyo batupela maproti nomba obwafyafye nuwino wakwe bati mfulanga ya isa awe ma problems.
The tough conditions are widespread on the displaced former Luyando settlers. As climate change worsens, torrential rain has pushed unplanned settlements to their breaking point. Some residents of Kapoto, Chipata and Musonda compounds lost their homes and they too were moved to Kafue Park. So this has created a large community that however cannot coexist. Former Luyando settlers are seen as newcomers that have taken up vast land for the flood victims. Since they belong to Nkana constituency, those of Kwacha against their permanent stay in this different constituency, yet both are under the same political party, the ruling Patriotic Front PEF.
Twalisangire n'abaneso ababundirwe n'emfula nabena twabasangire paeleni. After okufuma pali okuisa kunolo batupela amaploti tule tukwa kuba nesu bali ababundirwa timwe baluyando tempanga yenu ino mukafuira kuno kuine tempanga yenu kanshinstedi yonse tule tukwa kumlandu wampanga echo ndefo kuti njipushe kuli ba chiteme bushe inwe mpanga batuleta kuno kwa malanje bushe chali shani pakutuleta kuno pakuti tule tukwa chira bushi kukutukwa so nangu na tuikala tuikele fye kwati abasunsumana fye no mwenso tulekwata kumulandu wa mashuwayo balefumya kuno so mutwepusheko kuli bachite kwati tuli malifuji kuno tuikeli omutendeta tukwete ukwamba nangu fye umo twaishira kuno tutukwa fye nedidi ne tuletukwa na masoshi twale tukwa ati mubwekele moko mwafuma ukukwena tamwa eko mukayapwira okufuira okukwine n'abana.
In all these squabbles, there are a population that does not have access to running water and learning infrastructure.
How are you?
We are fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go and sit down. Go and sit down, go and sit. What is it? Huh? Moses, sit down, go and sit there. Sit down, better get up. You want to sit? Come on, show you. Sit here, okay.
Despite being assured of permanent residence, many have not received offer letters from the council to legalize the ownership of this land.
Noma nishumute kwefe wala tusunge vifine. Orede kuno kukafio paki. Batulete afye basa tutampinga fe kwati na limofiso so. Tatwa kwa tamano iyo. Lelo bali tupela maploti yesu. Pa maploti yesu, first time wa vice president vaishire. Batuwebe dokutira ti. Ayama ploti tuwa mipela na malata. Tuwala mipela na simenti. Iyi simenti kushintana lelo na malata tatia moneka. Mpaka tuwasuko tuikelefa na nomba matenti. Pambia matenti yali bona nokulepuka na yalepuka. Ayo baba pele ya yakale. Secondi, kwa shile isa ba honorable, ba minister, ba planning minister, pamonga ba Alexander Chiteme. Ba shile tuwa kuti atatuwa mipele ya malata. Tuwala mikulira mayanda. pakukula kwa mayanda na nomba takwina information yumvuikireko mpaka ne vipondo vya suka fyaingira ne vipondo na fishi biko napo vikala napo visango napa kashiba botu aliveshiba nombeto turefu ayata turefu kusende milandu 10 Yesu icho turefu aya ni baka pokora vese tuombele nabo pamo nangula batupele police post station apa panchende apa kuti lilini ba president ngabale umfo ba Edgar Lungu bebe bakapokola nangulo bebe ba IG bachite command ba provincial police officer bese bachite basunke ba police bali panshi because ifota batumfwe so trelo mbobo afuili shobukulu na nomba mairo bali chitata akaba kashubandi no munabo ine munganda mumwandi mutenti bali sansendela phone ile costing wa pali 2100 kwacha bali senda phone so 3 days njire bomba tapalivo ndeshtanshishwe the phone ne chilimba bali senda munganda iyo ine de bachitire mato mwana kashukulia uyo uli mu hospital so che turelo mbako ba president wesu ba Edgar Lungu bala tuwetu alishiwa kutiroli wa mutima pa bantu kanji yo mutima wako atowa bantu eba abantu bakapokola bobe pantu bakapokola bali panshinga twatwala ripoti ifota bale tumfwa
Sena okuisula no mukati.
Nakazipo akazidefi unadosha kole. Twaisala chapo twatwa.
Uyu ala isala sa Yesu. Alesa Yesu. Alesa atike so. Nomba olesa Yesu. Kuisula so. Kuisula na zipu. Aisula amba no kuisula apalomba. Mafutu yaingira.
Women's voices are the loudest whenever a protest is held to demand ownership of land. Yet their rights are hindered by not being able to own one because of long existing stereotypes that have found their way in the law. Men are twice likely to own land in their name than women. This imbalance has been a norm. However, over the years, gender activists have been fighting to champion women's rights over land tenure. Amidst this issue, political affiliation for those in power is often a getaway to acquire land. However, where thousands are promised, like in the case of Chichelewad, where only 600 people were chosen out of 14,000 that were promised to occupy this part of Ndola district. Disappointment often turns into rage for the less privileged that often cannot meet the cost of acquiring an average 15 by 30 plot that would normally fetch about 20,000 kwacha in a city.
Inepanonde imininako community ya muno mumupo Paulo abantu abapelwa amaplots muno abalero lero okukula wena hii programu ya ambire kale sana ili bafoma kansela bachireshe babasuminishe kuli ba forest kweba ati nwenchende kukekala abantu nabo abantu already bekashiba muno mwine mundola ukoye kuti abashakwata pa kuikala nomba hii programu kwaiti okay bakada bali bomberefe bwino sana okuiminina ko buteko bulipo ukuisa aputaula amaplots ukweba ati abantu bakekale ale misebo bali pangirefe bwino nenchende ya market ya masukulu fyonse mukwayemo fyaba bakanso tabakutulekeresha nabo bene bali chitire bwino bali saima bayishireko inshi kushitatu mukukonkana no kuisa tulemba mashina bali sendela mashina mukwayino kutwebo kuti mwambo kulolela tukamyeba nga twampangira ama plans uyu mwaka wali ni mu 2019 elyo bakanso bayishire isa kuno mu October nombo kufuma mu 2019 October twaikalira fyo kutwebo kwebati loleleni kwaiti okay intungulu shitwali kwata tulashituma shila ya kukanso ngaba ya kukanso bala bapele fya suko nga babwela bala twebo kwebati bakanso balando kwebati loleleni nomba twamono kwebati nchita yalepa nomwaka naupwa abantu bale ilishanya ukwebati bushe twakulayikalira fyo kulalolera nomba kulolera kukesa pwalilali echalengere nomba okwebati bamono okwebati ntungulu shosho twakwata ekuti ama civic leaders bali tulekelesha echalengere nomba bemi apaswe kokwebati walasala kabungwe umoyiwe wala aba chairman utuiminineko so nombelo batutumina okwebati tuye ku kanso bakanso bali ayasuka bakanso bali asuka okwebati yenchende mkwayi twalipangira ama plans nomba ama plans eo bakanso bapanga abantu baikala muno bapina abo bakateka beshibe nomba abapina na abakano kwebati twapapata tulefuaya ntambalukuta atulolekeshepo ifyebo nabakwata bene abantu aba muno ifingefe bengalondolola mkwayi
na ine ndi mwikashwa muno mwine mu ndola na ploti ine na alikwatako kuno lero echo ndela ndamwe bafyashi besu ngefya afuma mukulanda abachitutangirira chakutira kwena twaliko nkama fundere twali ba patients pantu nangu mukutampa kwa kubomba kuno bashire tifya ao first remain nga mwalima April mwalambo ukutampa okubomba lero echa bulanda chakutira makaza tukwete fwe bali kunonga fwe bana benu tuleilishanya afe kuli batata bakateka pantu bena amatu yabo tayako mamukumfwa twalira batata tapali oko twinga butukira twafweni ichile pilibula fwe bana benu fwe bali kuno tuli more than 14,000 plots echo tuleditira fe kuli mo batata okutira mutu afwe pantu ninsango okuti abengi tatukwete pakuma amaboko lero echinga twafwe afe kukanso batatanga mwatwimina kone ntungulushi shenu chakuti fya maofa letters nga chakuti fyali bwino kuti twalipira fwe bana benu tatukwete pakuma amaboko epo napera mwe bafyashi bandi
naunina chiramani pilwelyo na bambi yababomba uletasha katulabomba tukwile nokuya bwino milile isuma wamye matonto kanyere nokubombesha abengi legalane sala palanchi kwa ulemyawu
mwafya shuwa wakateka ndosho nafa turechuchu tukafwe bana benu tureshunguluka n'abana muno mukasuba pamuna nturefu afya pakwikala afya shibesukale bafwa tatakwata pakwikala turamuswi turamukushunguluka mwafya shimwamo n'abana benu mulatumona imwe tuwalicheteka kwati mulatumona munatunko kulira kwesu tumfwaniko kulira tupeniko pakwikala tuwapapa tuli panchipangaza pamwenu tapani kumyoko tuwalaya nikusoko tuwalaya okwabula imwe balaizo kwa tuopele ndamesha tukwete tubombela fe tuafye mkuashisha twalafumye kwisa turatwala kwisa abana tumfweni ko mukulira kwesu apapata fwenchu twashakota pakuma pakuboko
kwena ine icho ndelira panopo na iminina nichi ifwe iyo twaumfwilo kwebati kuno kumpo Paulo balepera ko tuma ploti ine nne mukamfwilwa abalume balifwa nalishala n'abana 7 abenshikulu ninkwata 6 ela ine panopo ndichakwata pakumo kuboko ela namba twaebele twatyawe apo twaumfwepi na ine wine katuye mo mutu kwaye ko ka ploti twale bombela fie batata ba Edgar Lungu na bombela efo naishile muno naisha na ploti iyo kwebati nomba ine na sekera kwebati nala kwato kwikala po nabe nshikulu ukusungira po abe nshikulu ela muno muri abantu abengi muri abakote muri abana banshiwa muri abantu bamo abachuluruka bashakwata pakumo kuboko lelo ifwe tulela mbafye kulimwe nokufukamana maka Yesu yonse ukutira twafweni batata pambi ndunguli twakwata na shenda na shinaka shile tuletela mashui aya kweba titule mfamo no bulandela abana bale chuchutika mkwenda lelo fyonse twatula fye kulimwe ba Edgar Lungu twafweni tata ifwe tulelira inompanga kale batupera bali putaula ne msawo bali bikamo icho tulelo lela ifwe kukula nela mwaisa batata ifwe kukula ba Edgar Lungu twawapansi kukula batata kukula
mkwai mwe batata balungu batata mwe bafyashi besi mwe bashirala pani ba youth mwe bakote chili chipali ba youth abana bali mchalo cha Zambia emiti ikula empanga olo twawumvula tukulira amaplosi kumpo Paulo badadi twalisya mais bloko imisalu pamitwe muchalo bamukamfura bali fyabayichenyi vita pela shinensu badadi twalishulile paka batufaye kalupia kanono tsa tukwata amaploti kuno nono twaseka kwata amaploti bakansa bala tukanya bala tuiminika tulanzireni ko badadi balungu kuli bakanso bameya bonse batwafwe mubombele chapa mutukwate shinchende tukwata tumayanda twaraka kuchikwata pa kuikala kusonkela.
Zambia is a land of plenty, from the vast mineral wealth to a thriving tourism and agriculture sectors. All these are in areas that continue to attract movement of people seeking opportunities to survive the harsh economy, especially in an era of COVID-19. However, among millions, many do not own land they can pass on to generations in their bloodlines. Not until land reforms begin to empower ordinary citizens with easy and affordable means of land ownership, displacement of people would be stopped or minimized. This is the dream of many.
The Zambian National Land Policy seeks to put into effect equality for citizens to land wherever they may be in the country. However, what is formulated must begin to change the imbalance that has increasingly led to tension, resulting in unplanned settlements and mass internal displacements of poor families. So as long as existing cultural norms find their way in laws over land tenure, then balancing the scale to develop settlements will be a far-fetched goal. Unless proactive reforms are required to address the challenges over land ownership. So that's it. That's all we had for you this week on The Digest. Would like to hear from you. Give us feedback or give us what you would like to see in our documentaries by sending us an email at documentaries@diamondtvzambia.com. From myself, Francesca, and the rest of my team, thank you for watching. Goodbye and stay safe and be blessed.